We have learned until now that we are not working out, but we are training for very specific goals. We are addressing the three pillars of fitness: cardiovascular strength, muscular strength and flexibility. In the previous video, we have seen how to get started on improving your cardiovascular strength. If you haven't checked that video, please do click here. Today we look at how to improve our muscular strength. Let's get this started. There are two types of strength training: isometric training, wherein you exert force against an immovable object, and isotonic training. Isotonic training, you exert muscular contraction against a movable object. Let's look at some of the benefits of strength training. The first one is quite obvious. You get stronger over time. It helps control chronic illnesses such as diabetes and arthritis. You start looking aesthetically better. The side effect of getting stronger is muscular hypertrophy. That means your muscles look bigger and fuller. This next one is an important one. If you do get stronger, you would like to utilize that strength in space around you. So how much muscle can you put? Let me be brutally honest with you. You are not genetically gifted. Otherwise, you would already be jacked. You are already over 40 and your hormones are not raging as much as they were when you were in your 20s. So in the short term, as far as muscle size is concerned, do not expect much. Remember, our goal is to get stronger. But if you train consistently over time, I guarantee you that you will surprise yourself. Of course, this equation might change in your favor if you have trained seriously in the past. What are some of the activities you can do to strength train? You might have heard of most of them. Weightlifting, as in Olympic weightlifting. CrossFit, TRX. But I got a personal affinity to training in the gym. This is because I find regular old gym movements can be controlled very easily and are quite risk-free if you know what you are doing. As you know, as we get older, it takes quite a long time for us to heal from our injuries. And we would like to be consistent. And to be consistent, you have to be injury-free. I would like you to treat this journey of yours in strength training as a very personal one. For you are the only one who knows your body the best. This is a journey where I would like you to discover the limits of your body. And you got the tool you need in your hands right now, your phone. I will explain to you exactly how. Getting started, I will be breaking this down in two phases. Essentially, you will be learning two skills of how to understand, build and progress with your own training program. The first skill you will have to learn is how to research and, pardon my French, sift through the bullshit. Although there's such a lot of good information available online, there is also quite a lot of rubbish. And the second skill you will have to learn is how to build a training program on your own. For skill number one, I would like you to do two exercises, namely the push-up and the squat. The push-up because it is a very simple exercise and most of us have done it at some point of time or the other in our life. And the squat because the squat is about the most complex exercise you will be doing in an environment like the gym. You don't need to perform these exercises just yet. I would like you to research how to do them. Research these exercises like you are doing a PhD. If you have trained before, get back to the drawing board and research them. Once you are confident that you have learned enough of these exercises, then you can start performing them. Start out slowly. Start out like performing push-ups on the wall. Do squats by holding onto a table or a chair. Slow, controlled movements. You are only trying to understand the biomechanics of your own body. Do these as many times as you would like in the week. To create progression over time, increase your frequency of training, increase your repetitions and increase the number of sets you do. By now, if you have done your research well, you will also have understood of how to make these exercises progressively harder. Once you're confident on these two exercises, I would like you to move to phase 2. Phase 2 is where you build your own training program. Every good training program has these 5 basic movements. Remember these: a vertical push, a vertical pull, a horizontal push, a horizontal pull, and a hip hinge movement. A hip hinge movement is basically where you bend your hips. Pick up one exercise of each and perform it as a routine at least 3 times a week. Create progression by increasing the number of repetitions and the number of sets. And no, you do not need to go to a gym just yet. The gym is just a means to create progression. Use your skills of research to pick up appropriate exercises. And do not change them too often because it will be difficult to create progression. This training is completely independent from your cardiovascular training. Do not look at it as to burn calories. Strength training is ideally paired with flexibility training. We'll be looking at flexibility training in the next video. So please do subscribe if you haven't subscribed already and do hit the bell icon so that you're notified when this video is out. And I hope this video is helpful. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Until then, signing out, Dr. Rohan Fonseca.